In light of recent events, we thought it important to educate and raise awareness about suicide prevention and the resources that are out there.
Psychotherapist and author Kelly Kitley joins us now with her thoughts. And Kelly, I mean, it seems as though we hear of one and shortly thereafter we hear of another and then another. Is this a situation where people are following on each other's footsteps, or is it something that they were thinking about and they acted on it, or is it just something that we're all missing that we should have been able to be there in some capacity to help them?
Oh, great questions, Tanya. Thank you so much for having me on this morning. This is such an important topic, and suicide awareness and suicide prevention is a public health issue. And I think that it's, on one hand, great that we're talking about it, because oftentimes it's a very taboo topic and people hide and feel shameful and don't want to admit that they're having suicidal thoughts. And certainly depression breeds an isolation. As in, we're going into this third year of the pandemic, people have been isolating or feeling hopeless. And so the message that I want people to hear today is it is okay to have thoughts that might scare you and to be able to share that with somebody, because there is help and there are resources, and mental health issues are treatable.
You know, we recently learned of the death of Regina King's son to suicide, and you wonder, she was, as a parent, like what you could have done. Like, what if that happens to my kid? How do you stop this? There's so many questions, and mental health is such an individualized thing. What do you do?
It is. And I think the call to action today is to check in on one another. And certainly there are signs and symptoms of depression that may alert us in our children or friends. You know, if somebody's withdrawing, or they're not showing up for work or school, or they're feeling hopeless or feeling like they're a burden, then we're more likely to check in with them. With other incidences that we've seen, especially in the media and in the celebrity eye, is that there weren't warning signs, and that can be so scary. We hear a lot of people saying, oh, but they seem so put together, and, you know, they were beautiful and they had this wonderful life. Well, that's a lot of pressure to hold on to. So I can only imagine how much those people were suffering internally.
And you might be speaking of the former Miss USA, Cheslie Kryst, who a lot of people were shocked when she took her own life, thinking she's beautiful, she's reached the peak of her career, because she was a lawyer, she was working on TV. All of those things don't diminish how you're actually feeling inside.
Absolutely. And mental health does not discriminate. And so it is important that we are taking care of our mental health and really checking in with people. Look at them in the eye and ask them how they're really doing. And if you are feeling a low mood or having suicidal thoughts, tell on yourself. You do not need to live alone and in silence. And if it becomes something that you're feeling impulsive to want to do, get to the emergency room immediately. There are also resources, telephone or text messaging. 1-800-273-TALK is a suicide hotline that people can call and talk to a trained professional, or text hello to 741-741.
With social media nowadays too, and like you mentioned, isolation with the pandemic, I mean, people are bombarded with all these happy lives that they think they have to attain to and can't get, when all those are all just smoke and mirrors too.
Well, and social media can be a wonderful thing for people to connect, but if we're comparing our life to what we see in pictures, that is a photo album of a highlight reel. And oftentimes I am drawn to people who are being real and authentic on their posts, because it can create a sense of support. And there are so many resources online too, where people can connect through the National Mental Health of America, or NAMI, National Alliance of Mental Illness. And oftentimes remember that that is just a highlight reel, and that might be real, or it might not be an accurate portrayal of what somebody is really feeling. So we need to get vulnerable, we need to get honest, and we need to connect on a deeper emotional level.
All right, that's a great way to wrap it up. Kelly Kitley, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts this morning. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Kelly.
My pleasure. Thanks.